Hey Divination, thanks for joining us in this live stream where we'll be showing you how to create a website from scratch using Divi and Divi's new free design layout pack that was posted on Monday. So I'll put a link to that in the description below. And for this live stream, you will also need the Divi theme, which I'll also put a link to in the description below. You can check that out and see what a powerful theme and builder that it is. So what we're going to do, as I mentioned before, we're going to build a website from scratch. But on top of that, we're also going to show you how you can use Divi Leads, which is a built-in feature of Divi to improve the lead generation of your website. So without any further delay, let's get to it. All right, so I have my WordPress website here. It's totally from scratch. I have not done anything else but add the Divi theme. So the first thing we're going to do is download the free layout pack, which was posted on Monday. So you can find that again in the description below. So once you open the post and you scroll down, you'll come to this section where you have to fill in your email address to get subscribed and to be able to download it. I have already done that, and for the people who are already subscribed, don't worry, because you won't. It won't cause you to resubscribe if you just enter your email address. So I'm going to go ahead and just download the layout pack. And then once I download it, I'm going to go to my downloads folder and I'll find my design agency layout pack here. It's a zipped folder, so I'm going to go ahead and unzip it. And once I do that, I'll get a zipped folder with a ton of files. I have the all file, which contains all of the layouts, and then I have an individual file for each one of the layouts as well. So the all file is it's very nice to have that if you want to import all of the layouts at once. And if you just want to use like one or two of them, you can use them separately. So let's go to our WordPress website. And once I go there, the next thing I want to do is import these layouts. So I'm going to go to Divi, and I'm going to go to Divi library next. And then I'm going to click on import and export. Then I go to import, choose file. And then I go back to my downloads folder. And in this case, I'm going to show you how to, create a website from scratch. So I'm going to use all of the layouts. That's why I choose the all file and I import it. So now I'm just going to wait until they are imported. Shouldn't take long. And this also shows how easy it is to, use these layout packs, because they're pre-made and we can use them, on our website without having to do a lot of effort ourselves. So, okay, it's uploaded. And then you can immediately see that all of the layouts show up in this list. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create an individual page for each one of those. There are 9 pages in total, so I'm going to create 9 pages. I'm going to do it like the fast way. I'm just going to go to pages and add new, and I'm going to add 9 of them at the same time. So one. So now I'm just going to wait until they are all loaded. Shouldn't take so long either. Okay. So I'm going to go one by one. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to enable the Divi Builder by clicking on Use the Divi Builder. Then I'm going to go to Load from Library, Add from Library. And I'm not going to go with the home page first. I'm just going to go like this. It makes it easier. So I'm just going to start with the contact page. When I'm creating my menu afterwards, I'll be able to, put them where I want to. So it doesn't really make a difference. So once I give it a title, I'll just publish it. So I made the first one. Now I'm going to do the same thing for each one of the pages. So the next one is project 2. Publish. Project 1. Publish. You just have to repeat the step all over again until you have all the pages. The landing page. All right. And we have the home page. And of course, you could also use the Visual Builder to do this, but I just think for some things, the backend builder is a little bit more easy. But if you just want to see everything pop up in real time, you can use the Visual Builder. I'm going to show you how you can do that. So I'll just switch over to Visual Builder for this one. By default, you'll get a tour, but I don't want to take the tour, so I'm just going to start building. And then I'm going to click on this icon, go to this plus icon, then go to Add from Library. So the next one is the blog page. And I can see it appear, and I'm going to publish. All right. So I'm going to do the other ones like I started. So the about page, and then we have one left. About. And last but not least, let's add our portfolio page. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to add a menu. And to do that, I'm going to go to Appearance, Menus, Create Menu. But I'll have to give it a name first. I'm just going to type in Menu 1, Create Menu. So this is actually our blog page, this one, but I forgot to give it a title. But I'll do that in a second. Blog. Here I go. And I'm also going to add a custom link for my 2 project pages. So I'll just put projects. And once I add the project custom link, I'm just going to open it and get rid of that URL. All right, and I'm going to place the 2 project pages as sub menu items. So I have that, and I'm also going to make sure it's our primary menu. So that's set. Now the next thing I need to do is choose a front page, which is going to be our home page. And I'm going to go to Settings, Reading. Oops. A static page, front page, which is going to be our home page. Voila. All right, so now I'm going to take a look at how the website looks like. Yeah, of course, I have not arrange them as I wanted to. So I'm just going to go back real quick. I'm just going to put the home page there, the portfolio. Project pages. Just going to do it like this. So now I'm going to go back and see how it looks like. So this is the home page. As you can see, it happened really quickly. The portfolio page, the project pages, you know, you have a well-functioning website right now. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the menu because I want to make it a full screen menu. I'm going to go to header and navigation, primary menu bar. No, actually I'm going to go to header format and choose full screen. Then I go back and go to slide in and full screen header settings. And I would really love my full screen to be in this same yellow kind of color. So I'm going to use this color pick eyedropper, which is an extension for Chrome. I'm just going to see what color that is. And use it instead. So of course you can do other things as well, like change the text size and stuff like that, but I just wanted to do that. So now once I open my menu, I get a very pretty full screen menu. So the next thing I'm going to do is show you guys how you can do A/B testing or split testing with Divi leads. As I told you before, it is a built-in feature within Divi, and so it's not an extra plugin or anything, and it allows you to do really cool stuff like experiment around and see what design options or what copy really works for your website, because you know it's one thing to think that your visitors will like something, and it's another thing to actually see results and know that they do like it and that it motivates them to, you know, get in touch with you and that it makes your conversion rates go up. So if you want to use Divi leads, you'll have to go to the back end of a page. So right now we're on the home page. So we're going to click on edit page. And I always like to open that in a new tab because, you know, when you're like split testing, you just want to see what you're really looking at and see if you can have that kind of perspective on the website that you're working on the page that you're working on, if you think it's going to fit. So I just like to have that visual side as well. So once you're on your page, the thing you have to do to enable the split testing is click on this icon here. Once you do that, you'll see that you have the possibility to enable split testing. And then you have all kinds of settings, but for now, I'm just going to leave that blank. Save, and then you're immediately guided through the different things that you have to do. So the first thing you have to do is select a subject. So this subject is going to be the thing that you change. The first example we're going to show you is how to change the headline, which is in this case, creative design agency. So I'm going to select that text module as my subject, and then I'm going to see how it results into my conversions. And the thing that converts on this website, on this page in particular, is the contact form. So that will be the next thing I'll have to do. So I'm just going to proceed and select the second text module, and then it says select your goal, which is, as I mentioned before, the contact form. So now it's going to measure how well this performs. Like if you change something in this text module, it's going to take a look at what effect it has on this, the contact form in this case. All right. So once I do that, I'll see that I have a duplicate from the text module that I selected as my subject. Both of them are the same right now. creative design agency, creative design agency. So the first thing I can do is change the second one. I'm just going to choose another word. Experienced. All right. So you don't even have to limit yourself to 2 options. You could also choose to, duplicate it once again or another time. Like you can go up to as many times as you want and then choose another one. And once you do that, you can take a look at the stats. So in this case, the stats are still being collected and we don't have any results yet to show. So I'm just going to go to update. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is if you preview this row, you'll see all 3 possibilities lined up. But of course, if someone is visiting your website, they'll only see one of 3. Creative design agency, experienced design agency, and awesome design agency. So I'm just going to take a look if I can already show you some results. So we have the first possibility here, the creative design agency. Oh, well, I like this, so I'm going to scroll through. Oh yeah, this is what I'm looking for until I come to the contact form. And I'm just going to, I'm just going to get in touch with this website. So I'm going to press send. All right. It takes a while until everything is processed, all the data is processed. So it might be the case that it's not gone through yet, which is obviously the case right now. Usually you do have to wait a little while until the stats are shown. Let's see if I get any results by clicking here. Anyways, there are no results yet. Oh, actually there is. So as I clicked on the statistics, I can see that I have a conversion rate of 100% for the first text module, which was this creative design agency copy. So in the conversions tab, you can see how many conversions you have. In the clicks tab, you can see how many times your goal has been clicked, which is in this case the contact form. The reads show you how many times your goal was read. So again, the contact form, and you can see how many bounces you had, and the goal engagement as well. This goal engagement, maybe it's important to say, this one is non-related to the subject. So in this case, the text module, this just looks at the goal and see how it performs on its own. And normally, if the stats are being processed, you would see over here, you would see 100%, but it hasn't been processed yet. So it's important to know that if you're doing A/B testing, split testing, you have to give it some time. Like you can do it in one day, or you must have a tremendous amount of visitors on your website because you want your result to be representative, because in the end, you're going to choose one and you want that copy to speak to your visitors and to lead to more conversions. So it is best to give it a little bit time, but for now I'm just showing you how you can do it, and afterwards you can play around for yourself, see what you want to change, see what you want to test. So once you're done testing, suppose I have done it for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and I concluded that the first text module had the best result, had the best conversion, I can pick a winner. So I'm going to click on my stats again. And here at the bottom, you can see end split test and pick winner. Yes, so the winner is the first text module, and once I click on it, all the other text modules disappear. So you can go ahead and update your page again, and from now on, everyone will just see the first text module, the original text module, and there won't be any A/B testing anymore. Another thing you could do, so if you want to do split testing, you don't have to do that on only one module. You could do it on a row, you could do it on a section. So that's the next thing I'm going to show you on this, on the website. We have these Blurb modules, and people tend to read from left to right, so they'll probably see UX research first, but I just want to see what my visitors are really interested in. So I'm going to switch these three around and see, which one delivers the best result. So I'm going to go back to my page, and then I'm going to enable split testing again. So in this case, my testing subject is this row. And again, my goal is the contact form. All right. Because I want to know what position each one of the Blurb modules has that results to the best result, to the best conversion rate. And as you can see here, I have one. And if I click on this, I have two. So this is the first version. I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm just going to leave it like this. And then I'm just going to go to the second version and switch these around. So I have another, another organization for that. And if I preview it and I scroll down, I can see that I have two kind of, arrangements for the blurbs. And I can again test that and see which one works best for my website, for my visitors, see which one leads to the best results. So it's the same principle again. Once you test it out, you can always take a look at the stats and see what's going on to do that. So anyway, I'm just going to end this split testing and show you some other things you can do. Actually, I'm just going to can load. No, you won't work with me. Okay, so I'm just going to save this page again, so I don't have any split testing right now on that one, although I could have just leave it like that. So we're going to go to another page, which is the landing page. Yeah, this is quite a long page. There's very nice things in it. So again, if you want to download the layout pack, check the description below. I put a link to it. And if you're not an Elegant Themes member yet or a Divi user yet, check the other link in the description below, which will lead you to the product page of Divi, where you can explore all the possibilities this very, very powerful builder has, as you can see in this live stream as well. So the first thing I want to do in this page is I have to scroll down for the testimonials. And I think it's one of the most important things for my visitors to see, because it's that social proof, it's that recommendation that really pulls people towards my company. So I'm just going to go back to the backend builder of this page. And once I do that, I'm just going to locate my testimonials. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Here they are. So again, it's the same way of working. Just go here, enable split testing. All right. Well, it's important to know you can do one split test on one page, and that's because you want your results to be accurate. If you do a couple of split tests on one page, you won't really know which affected which result. So that's the logic behind it. So now I'm going to go to the section right here, and then I'm going to select my goal, which is again the contact form, because we're focusing on creating more conversions. And the only way to do that on this website is through the contact form. Of course, it could have been something else, such as the email opt-in module. So I'm just going to select it. All right. So again, you can see it's in yellow, but now I'm going to switch positions. So I'm just going to leave this standard, and then I'm going to select the second one. So I can just drag the second one and place it wherever I want to. So I'm just going to place it right below the hero section. And I'm going to update it. And I'm going to take a look which version I get. I get the normal version. It really depends. You can predict it. See, it's split testing, so whichever one shows up is the winner. Just going to do the same thing. Hello. And send. I'm just going to refresh the page a couple of times just to, try to show you the other version as well. It should pop up sometime soon. Yep, here it is. So here I have the other version. So as you can see, I just refreshed the page and I got this different result. I'm like, actually I like this one too. So I'm going to go ahead and, get in touch. I need this or I need that. Okay, let's take a look if my results are being processed. And so they aren't processed here right now. So I'm just going to look at the stats. So the first one was being processed, and now the second one. As I mentioned before, it takes a little while until all the data is collected, which is pretty normal, and especially because you want to do this split testing, you want to spread it over a period that is longer than like an hour or something. Once again, if it's not working this time, I'm just going to move on. But it will work. I can guarantee that. Just takes a while until all the stats are being processed. No. Anyways, so normally at the end of your, at your split testing, you can again pick a winner. So actually I like this one, so I'm just going to go with this one. Boom. As you can see, they are now here. Update. Okay. Then I have another thing I want to show you, which is on the project page. On the first project page in this case. So as you can see on this page, I do not have a contact form yet, but I'm just going to steal it from another page. I'm not going to steal it because it's mine actually. Enable Visual Builder here on another page on your website. I think this is this is the home page. Then scroll down. Once you have this section here, you can just click on this, save section to library, and I'm just going to give it the contact form template name. All right. So I don't need this page anymore. I'm going to go to my project page, Enable Visual Builder. I'm going to scroll down. because I want my project page to be results oriented. I want them to have a possibility. So I'm just going to click on this plus icon, go to app from library, and here I see my contact form appear. All right, I'm just going to save it. And again, I want to do some split testing on it. So I'm going to go to edit page. But what I'm going to do now is show you how you can make your subject and your goal the same thing. So you don't necessarily have to have two things to measure your result on. So you don't have to have a text module as your subject and then the contact form as your goal, because your contact form can be the subject and the goal. That's in cases where, for instance, in this case, I'm going to change the color of the button. Just going to click here again. So my testing subject, proceed, contact form, and my goal is again the contact form. Okay. So now I have two versions of them, and of course I can make 2 or 3 or 4 of them as well. I'm just going to go with 2. Just wanted to show you that. So I'm just going to open the settings of the second module. And I'm going to go to the design tab. The button is in this case white. I'm just going to take a look how it looks. Yes, I wanted to make it black. Or red. I'll just go with red. Red is flashy. And then the border color is also going to be red. And I can also add like a gradient background color or something. So I'm just going to choose this color. I'm just going to see how it looks. No, that looks ugly. I'm just going to get rid of this. Sometimes you have these ideas and you're like, it works in my mind. But when you look at them, you're like, no, please, no. All right, so I just have like a red button instead. So once again, if I want to see how the difference is, so in this case, everything is focused on the contact form. I'm going to update. And again, take a look if anything's changed. Project 1. Maybe I should take a look if there are like questions. I totally forgot. And by the way, if you're not an Elegant Themes member yet or a Divi user, make sure you check the description below. I put a link to the Divi product page, which will, enlighten you on why Divi should be your option when designing WordPress websites. Maybe I should take a look if there are like questions. I totally forgot. And by the way, all right, not a lot of questions because I was looking at my phone and you could hear me probably. So the next thing I'm going to do is, you actually get the principle right now, but another thing you could do, for instance, is just change this headline and see how it performs on the contact form. But it always comes down to, just looking at how do I want to do something, what design options do I want to use, and what do I want it to result into. So, which is in this case conversions, and I think that's pretty important if you're creating a design agency website, because you know, you just want to attract customers, you want to show them what you can do. And this layout pack obviously makes that very possible. Makes that very possible. But, you know, it always comes down to what your visitors actually, you know, think is appealing and what speaks to your customers. So I'm just going to give another walkthrough through the website and just see if I can change something else that might be interesting. Oh, yeah, I think I can do another thing here, which could be very interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a look at these sections, how they are built. Okay, another thing you could do to make sure that your visitors think you're very results oriented is place certain contents a little bit more up high in your pages. So for instance, this really tells what a company does, what their experience is. So it could be pretty, you know, it could be pretty handy to have that a little bit more, you know, up in the page. So I'm just going to do that. The same way of working. Enable split testing. Save. Proceed. Alrighty. Who says alrighty though? Contact form is my goal. And I'm just going to drag that again. So it's actually the same principle as the testimonials. I'm just going to place that. Actually, I'm going to place it here. So once again, I'm going to take a look if I can notice how it looks like. No. All right, now I can notice how it looks. So yeah, you get the principle. So actually, it's a matter of, you know, playing around with all the design and copy settings until you see that the results on your website are booming. So well, that's all for this video. Thanks for tuning in. We hope that you enjoyed this live stream. Next Monday, another layout pack will come out, and then on Tuesday, there will be another live stream. So we hope you'll be there. We hope you'll join us, and we hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next live stream. Bye.